Oh, they played well. Made shots, beat us to every ball. I think they had 10 offensive rebounds at half. They played really tough and aggressive, and it's the same issue. We didn't respond, and we turned it over 13 times. I couldn't believe we were only down 3.
Virtually, they only turned it over 3 times.
I know.
Why was that?
Because we were giving them space, and when we did get up, we weren't quite ready to play, so they crossed us over and went by you, so now you don't want to go play the guys. So, but it's a great lesson. I mean, it doesn't matter who we play. They're going to come out, and I would say that Steve will say we played, that's as well as we played all year. That's every game we play, the team says. Lamar walked off the court and said, we were really happy how we play. I mean, it's every game, and until you really get knocked, I don't know if they'll understand. I got young guys that think that, okay, I'll act like I'm tired. That's why I got beat, or it's what we are right now.
You got knocked at Indiana. Are you surprised you have to keep harping on this?
Well, we were up 2, and I think, again, Ohio State loses there, so now they look, well, Ohio State lost there too. We were up 2, and we basically gave them a basket at the end. So, I mean, you're not telling that locker room that you got knocked at Indiana. They said, what? Made a lucky shot. So we got a ways to go with this group. Believe me when I tell you, we got a ways to go.
You kept urging, and it looked like pick up the pace, pick up the pace.
Don't act like you're tired. If you're acting like you're tired, come out. Like, I gotta run like this. Well, then come out. You're tired. Don't act tired and want to stay in the game. But we're breaking habits, and end up playing pretty well in the second half, doing some good stuff. And but if we get into our league, which is a hard league to play in, we lost 6 road games last year in this league. 6. We go into this league and play this weekend like we just played, you don't win. And every team's going to be physical. Every team's going to get into our bodies. I would imagine every team will make threes like this team did. It's just like all of a sudden jack up threes, and number 44 was banked missing free throws but made a 3. I mean, I don't know if that's his first 3 he's made of his career, but thought it probably was. We've done a bunch of that too. Yeah, he's got we don't know if it's a pulled muscle or what in his chest area, and it was last game it happened, and so we're gonna get him checked up, and he didn't feel right at halftime, and I just told him, why don't you, they gave him some medicine to see if they could loosen it up, and then we'll check on him tomorrow, but I think he'll be fine.
Cal, you guys broke the game open with Marcus mostly on the bench. Is that coincidence?
I don't know. I have to watch the tape. But obviously, without him on the court, we played better. I mean, there's not no argument there. But he has to play well for us to win. We also know that. So.
Coach, can you talk about the new challenge of the SEC starting Saturday? How you playing?
Yeah, it's another level. I mean, it's another. Every game is a dogfight. I don't care who we're playing. I don't know. And every road game is a sellout. There are no empty seats when we go on the road, and it's the biggest game of the century. We're going into a town where the whole town shuts down because here comes Kentucky. And if we think that we're going to act tired or not going to be, I don't know why these guys are playing so hard. If that's how we're going to be, then we're going to take some L's.
How you guys plus 53, I think, on the glass last year. What have you seen that's been different than maybe earlier in the year? They played tougher than last year?
Well, I think Anthony's way tougher than he was earlier, so he'll come up with balls. And Terrence is trying to crack it out, and I thought he did better today. And he's going after some tough rebounds. And they're pulling balls in. I mean, there's been a lot of missed shots, on these teams we're playing, so there's a lot of opportunities for rebounds. And like I said, they had 10 offensive rebounds in the first half. I don't know what they had in the second half, but they had 10. And so, I'll watch the tape on the drive home, and just to get rid of it, because I don't want to see it. I want to just get it done as quickly as I can. The first 40 minutes will be that tape, and then I'll throw it out the window. And it just look, I'm coaching all freshmen. That's what's happened, and it's just hard. I mean, it's just, it wears on you, and it wears you out. And they're trying, and they're listening, and they like each other, but they're not taking that next leap.
Anthony said, Jerry said that you were angry at that time, and they were angry too. How angry were you?
I wasn't raise my voice that much. I just said, you guys, you get 10 offensive rebounds. 12 has 7 offensive rebounds. He wants it. Does anybody want to guard the guy? Somebody step up and say, I'll take 12. That's what I said. He had 13 turnovers. Why? Because they got a little rough? What, do you want me to talk to officials? Or you want to talk to, what do you want to do? I mean, you just walk it. You're tired. If you're tired, take yourself out. You go over to the bench and you put the towel over your head like you just ran a marathon. Well, why are you playing then if you're that tired? Let somebody else play. And that's the kind, I wasn't raising my voice, and they said I was mad. I guess that sounds mad, but it's, you know, we got a ways to go. I mean, this is not going to be easy.
They said it makes them mad. Do you think they reacted that way?
A couple of them were mad. I mean, but they should have been. I mean, they didn't take the challenge. The guy comes in and says, I'm going right at you, and you act like, well, I got to act like I'm tired or I really don't care. So you go ahead and go nuts, and I'll act like I don't care. I don't know where that starts, but it doesn't, I don't coach that way, and my teams don't play that way. That dude steps up and plays, well, I'm bringing it back at you. And we didn't in the first half. And you got to give Little Rock credit. I mean, their big guy was out. If the big kid that got hurt was here, we'd probably get beat. Their guards shot the ball and were not afraid. They were small, but they were quicker than us. And I got pretty quick guards. And so I would predict they're 2-0 in their league, and they won 2 road games. They'll do fine. And last year they were in the NCAA tournament. And if they play like they played that game, they'll be back in the NCAA tournament.
John, is it more difficult coaching this bunch of freshmen than the last 2 you've had? Or different in any way?
They're all different. I mean, I'd probably, as I'm sitting through it, say this is rougher. But if I thought back to some of the stuff I had to deal with and 6 losses on the road last year, and then having a team that we just couldn't get over the hump that the following year or the year before, I don't know. It's just the challenge every year is different, and the expectations are always high. There's no off year here, and you know, hopefully, I want to enjoy coaching. But that means let's just go out and fight like heck. We're going to turn it over some, but we're not getting beat to balls, and we're not, you know, we're playing, and we're not acting cool. We're going to fly up and down that court. We're going to be in great condition. And then I enjoy coaching. And yeah, miss shots, and you turn it over some, and blah, 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 blah. That's basketball. But the other stuff kind of aggravates you. And, you know, people watch us play and say your team plays hard, and they can be. We do, but this team has about a 40% they can grow. And we just I'm not going to back up off them, and told individual players. I thought Terrence was better today. Thought he did better, and now he's going to build on this. Still wanted him to dunk a couple balls, but the stuff got physical. I mean, they were banging.
Entering conference play, is this where you thought your team would be?
Yeah, I'd like to have beaten Indiana, 15-0, but you know,
The way they play on the court.
yeah. I mean, they're freshmen. They do stuff like this. Probably thought, well, Little Rock, we're beating this team. Let's go in and have some fun and get on the bus and drive home. Okay. Now you're going to think that about another team in our league because they don't have a great record, and then you're going to get beat. So it's just like the last game we played. The physicalness of the games for this team is good. Got to figure out who can fight through it. And the guys that will fight through it and relish this kind of play are the guys people look at and they want them. That's the guy I want. The other dude that kind of shies away and can't make it, no, that guy can stay there. I want this guy because he just goes, you know, and that's, you know, I think we got guys understanding it and understanding how they got to play.
Thank you very much.